Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. 8 p.m. as you can see. um, it's time for a conversation. Alright. Will the Mets make the playoffs this season? Alright. This is serious, okay, because let's take a look here. Today is August 16th. Today they just finished they played their game a couple hours ago. And let's look at this here. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look here. So the most promising statistic I have, the fact that they've won the past 9 out of the last 12. As you can see here, it's the last 12. This is tomorrow's game, so just so you can see. But they've won the 9 out of the last 12. That is a very interesting. But again, now let's look at the National League right here. They've won 56 and lost 69. So and if they want a wild card spot, which is what we're they would have to take it from the Padres. Which is, if that's the case, tomorrow is the start of a crucial series. These are the guys that they need to take from. So let's see, Padres are 67 and 58. Here, so they're currently on a 3-game winning streak, as you can see, just swept Nationals, which is very nice to know. And hopefully that means they're confident enough to at least win the series against the Padres starting tomorrow. But let's just think here. So let's say this. Say the Mets somehow, or the Mets, they win two. At least I think. Let's see. The Padres game series. Oh, what did I do there? Okay, I believe it's a series of 3. Like usually, usually, and then they went on the White Sox. That'd be good too. They've been actually pretty solid on this year. But and then the Brewers. Ooh, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie, but maybe, who knows. Alright, so they got a series of 3 against the Padres. Therefore, let's say the Mets get they win 2 out of 3. They win the series. That would put them at 58 and one more, 58-70. I say right now, before we jump the gun too much, before we bite off more than we can chew, let's focus on getting that spot the Nationals have. The fact that the Nationals just lost 3 in a row by the Mets, hopefully, that's enough. The Nationals right now, their confidence is shaken a bit. It's a bit, yep. And the Mets can take that spot maybe, and then keep climbing up. Wait a minute, whoa, wait! I just realized. How does because I just realized the Reds hit 50. I'm like, wait a minute, the Reds hit 59 wins, but how are the Nationals above the Reds? But then I realized the losses. The Nationals took more losses. Okay, so that's what they're doing. All right. The way I see it, see, this has been a complicated season. Okay. Nobody was expecting the Mets to be this specific. I mean, yeah, the Mets are bad pretty much every single year. However, they haven't been like in 13th and 14th place in a long time. From what I know, this year was especially bad. But now they're actually like doing stuff. Like what? So like as fans, we gotta be like, what is going on? I gotta answer the question. I gotta make the right prediction. Will they? And now we gotta think about like. I gotta think like, if the answer is yes, how? That's the way I'm looking at it. The way I see it, I personally believe this might be a hot take. It's still too early to tell. A lot of people I've seen saying it's over, they're done. Even if they win, there's no chance. They've already taken too many losses. It's too late. I personally believe, even though it's still August, it's August 16th. It's a little too early. My dad, however, shout out to him. He said, by like September 1st, that's when it starts to like get set in stone. That's about it. However, and that's also like that's a good way to think about it. But also, I add to that. There's 31 days in August. It's the 16th. If they can win like the majority of the next the majority of the rest of August games, that could really help. I mean, the way I say it, forget about a streak. I mean, streaks are nice. However, if I feel like if they can just win like most of the series is, you know what I mean? Like if they can get, if they can keep getting at least 2 out of the 3, like most of the time they play a series of 3. If they can keep getting, at least 2 out of the 3, over and over again, that could really stack up. Like if they just win their series is more, that could really do it. Like forget like even if they don't sweep and they just win more series. Today was nice. This series today was nice. It was actually pretty like neck and neck for a while. Like it was yesterday and today was pretty intense. My prediction again for the Padres, my honest to God prediction. No bias, no nothing. They'll get 2 out of the 3 in the Padres. That's my honest prediction. It'll come out to what did I say? Well, yeah, it's gonna be like to 58-70. And at that point, they would be if becomes a reality, they'd be getting well. The Nationals get the wins too. Ooh, see, like as fans, we're put in a very tough situation here. Like I think yeah, shout out to my dad, of course, again. But the best way I think we gotta wait till the beginning of September. And yeah, that's it seems like it's close, but there's still plenty of games until then. Matter of fact, let's get into specifics here. I think the best way for me to make a conclusion and answer this question, we gotta see the road ahead. Let's take a look. All right. Let's make some predictions here. So, like I said, I believe the Padres have been very solid lately. So again, so have the Mets clearly. So I personally believe, but again, their record is a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. Well, yeah. Well, where are they right now? Padres 67-88. They need that wild card spot. Like no bias, no nothing. I personally believe, and our pitching has been a lot better too, which is another thing. Which I noticed that when the Mets pitching is good, they actually they actually get runs. Like the hitters are properly motivated when the pitching is good. Like if the pitching is bad, like within the first few innings, I usually say forget about it. The game's over. Because yeah, I feel like if it's like the 4th inning and the starter already gave up, whoever it is gives up like 4 runs, yeah, it's match already over. The hitters don't have the confidence, they're probably thinking like, oh, we already have too much of a deficit. There's no way we're gonna win this. And then at that mindset, it's already over. But that has not been that's been the case a lot earlier. But this lately, the starters and the bullpen have been very good, which is leading to them having the confidence to hit the ball. What Twitch can I? Okay, all right. I got to answer this question. I gotta paint like a little picture for myself. So, yeah, they get 2 out of 3. It becomes. Let's do it this way. Duplicate. We want to let's get that out. I'm gonna do this. Make a little text box right there. That 56 right now. Yeah, what 56? Just a way to display. Bring this to life. 56. 56. Where is it? 69. Like my prediction is, I want to basically make a little map basically towards what it's gonna look like by September 1st. That's a good way to predict this. September 1st question mark. You know, so now I'm gonna update this. So yeah, my prediction is they'll get two out of the three, making and with the Padres starting tomorrow becomes 58-70. Okay. Yep, that's that. Yep. And the White Sox, but they've been very good too. So give me 2 out of 3 again. So that'll become 60 and one with one loss. 60-71. Let's not rush. I don't want to rush. And then the Brewers. Ooh. I really hate to do it, but okay. If this really happens, if they really take 2 out of 3 there, and if they really take 2 out of 3 at Padres, 2 out of 3 at the White Sox, I feel like that would boost their confidence high enough to hit, hear me out, get 2 out of 3 with the Brewers. This isn't like me being biased. This is me looking at just this is like, I mean, yeah, I'm a diehard Mets fan, but I'm not. I mean, I'm trying to look at the statistics too. You know how bad I want them to go, but also I gotta look at the statistics, and I'm doing that. So basically from what I've seen, I really do personally believe that if they get 2 out of 3 against the Padres, 2 out of 3 against the White Sox, they really can get 2 out of 3 with the Brewers. I don't really think that's a hot take based on what they've been doing lately, and the fact that if that happens, yep, that's it. 2 out of 3 again. Give me 62-72. Yeah. Okay. Now we're on to this August 20. Ooh, here we go. August 28th. The Astros. Okay. Ooh. This could no. This one. They actually have kind of a tough schedule coming up. The Padres have been good. Padres have been similar to the Mets lately. They've been very good like the past 12 games basically since the trade deadline. So, but also the Astros have been very yeah, they've been pretty dominant. Let me go to the let's take a better look here. Give me that. Okay. They are 63-60. Wait a minute. Oh. I thought it was higher than that. No, it's still pretty good though. That's still very good. It's gonna sound repetitive, but I'm not gonna lie. 2 out of 3 again. I'm sorry. That's just the way. That's the. Hold on. That's legitimately how I'm thinking right now. Because they have really good teams come. Well, I feel like these are all pretty equal skill. Like White Sox, except the Brewers are like the best in the league right now. So besides the Padres and White Sox, pretty similar. I feel like in terms of skill, right now. Brewers, that's gonna be tough. But I think if they do that, they'll have like I said, they have the confidence for that. Astros, I feel like similar to I feel like they are similar in skill to the White Sox right now. So screw it, 2 out of 3. Or that could be a sweep. I'm saying if they, you know what? If this becomes the reality, they've been doing all these 2 out of 3s. They've been very confident about confident in their abilities. Screw it, they'll sweep the Astros. That's the way I see it. Like I really do think so that makes it 65. Still say 72. Yep. Because you gotta understand, baseball is like a very you gotta have confidence, and the way you have to be in the right mindset when you're about to hit and pitch. And I'm just saying, if you're winning all these, if you're winning the series against the Padres, then the White Sox, then Brewers, I feel like you have the mental state to sweep the Astros. I see that. I really do. Okay, now August 30th. Ooh, okay. August 31st. Will they win? The Rays. That's tough. They're a great team. Well, I'm saying, okay. I feel like if you just swept the Astros, which are pretty good, you should walk into this game being pretty confident. So screw it. While there's delusion, there's hope. There's like a meme of that. While there's with the Mets, there's delusion, there's hope. That's a perfect summary of this video. Screw it. If they just got up, if my predictions come right, this if they just got off all those wins, why not? You know, you should have the mindset necessary to. All right, get that game. That's August 31st. Okay, so say September 1st. There are 66, 72. Oh God. So their climb. If this becomes the case, they would have climbed coming from today. This 56 just. But again, is this enough? But again, we also have to picture that all these other teams change as well, so we don't. Ooh, you gotta really think. I don't. I hate to say it, I really do, but you know where I'm going. Too good. Okay, but again, what else is in the rest? What's in the beginning of September? Say they got a tough schedule. They got a tough schedule. Rays, Giants. The Giants. Okay, the Giants should be. I'm not gonna lie, that should be a sweep. Come on, if this become the Marlins, that could be a sweep. Ooh, there's a Yankees series. There's a Subway series again. I didn't even realize that'd be cool. The Orioles, Phillies. Whoa, but yeah, at this point, will it be enough? Will they? Do they have enough? You know, do they have the games necessary to get enough wins? Like, I hate to say it, but I say no. I don't think they have the necessary, games to pull it off. Because you can also picture that all these other teams are playing as well, so they're gonna rack up they're gonna keep climbing up as well. So if let's say I mean, hey, please prove me wrong, Mets, but I just don't. Even if they win just about everything, is it enough to get out of the hole that they dug themselves into? Time will tell. But as for in conclusion, I'm gonna say no, absolutely not. Well, not okay. No, not absolutely not. Not absolutely not, because they're the miracle Mets. I mean, they've done like miracles all the time, but for the most part, no. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see how it could, I mean, the only the only way I could, I don't know. I don't, it's, again, like this also brings me back to my point that there's also so many games, like, there's lots of games left. But also, that also means that all the other teams have lots of games left as too. That makes a big problem. So I'm gonna stay my conclusion. No. However, the 2027 season, I have much faith in, because yeah, the problem with this season was it was a very big change. There was so much change at the beginning of this year. Like, I feel like the guys couldn't get it. It took a long time to get settled in, have the right mindset. But yeah, I hate to say it, but based on what the statistics, in conclusion, I say no. But prove me wrong, Mets. I'd love to see it. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. Peace out.